Hello guys, in last lecture we have seen classification of crystalline solids. Today we'll see first crystalline solid, that is first type of crystalline solid, that is molecular solids. So molecular solids are of three types. First is polar molecular solids. So what are polar molecular solids? In these crystalline solids, the constituent particles are planar molecules like HCl and SO2, etc. So polar molecular solids have polar molecules like HCl. What is mean of polar? So electronegativity difference between hydrogen and chlorine is more. So HCl is polar molecules. Similar is SO2. Since the polar molecules have two separated opposite charges, they are called dipoles and they possess permanent dipole moment. So electronegativity difference is more, so they are permanent. They possess permanent dipole moment. Third point, these polar molecules or dipoles arranged themselves in such a way that opposite charges of neighboring molecules are brought closer and they are attracted by strong dipole forces. Then properties, these solids are soft and non-conductors of electricity. There is dipole force of attraction between them, between oppositely charged ions. Second property is the melting points are higher than non-polar molecular solids but lower than ionic and metallic solids. So this is about polar molecules. Next, second type in molecular solids is non-polar molecular solids. In this solid, the constituent particles are non-polar molecules like CO2, H2, Cl2, CH4, that is methane. So there is very less electronegativity difference between these molecules, therefore they are known as non-polar. And we can see similar molecules are there, homogeneous molecules H2 and Cl2, and between carbon and hydrogen there is less electronegativity difference, and same goes for CO2 or weakly CO molecules, hydrocarbons, atoms like helium, neon, they are all non-polar molecular solids. Means electronegativity difference between two atoms is very less or negligible. So in this hydrogen, both are hydrogen atoms, so electronegativity difference is negligible. In case of CO2, there is electronegativity difference between carbon and oxygen is less. There is difference in electronegativity, but it is less. Same for methane. In these, the atoms or non-polar molecules are held by weak dispersion forces or London forces. So non-polar molecule possess London forces. They are very weak forces and possessed by each and every molecule. They have very low melting points and they are soft and non-conductors of electricity. Because the force of attraction is weak, they are having low melting points and they are non-conductor of electricity. They are soft. Third is hydrogen bonded molecular solids. In this crystalline solid, the constituent particles are the molecules which contain hydrogen atom linked to highly electronegative atom like fluorine, oxygen or nitrogen. These molecules are held by hydrogen bonds in which hydrogen atom of one molecule is bonded to electronegative atom fluorine, nitrogen, oxygen of another molecule. So in which molecule hydrogen bonding takes place? The molecules having fluorine, nitrogen or oxygen. Only these three atoms make hydrogen bond with hydrogen, fluorine, nitrogen and oxygen. Why only these three atoms? Because these three atoms are very highly electronegative. Fluorine is most electronegative element in the periodic table, and then nitrogen and oxygen are below that. So these three are highly electronegative elements, so therefore they make hydrogen bonds with hydrogen. Since hydrogen bonding is weak, these have very low melting points, and generally at room temperature they exist in liquid or gaseous state. So hydrogen bonding is also weak. Okay, but it is stronger than non-polar bond molecular solids, but as compared to other type of interaction, it is weak one. So these are also having low melting point, and in room temperature they exist in liquid or gaseous state. For example, water is liquid at room temperature, ammonia is gas, NH3. Hydrogen bonded solids are non-conductors of electricity. So overall we have seen that all the type of molecular solids are non-conductors of electricity. Next is bonding in ice and water. Ice has hexagonal three-dimensional crystal structure formed due to hydrogen bonding. In water, two hydrogen atoms are covalently bonded to oxygen atoms. The structures of liquid water and solid ice are almost identical. So this is the structure of water molecule. Tetrahedral geometry of water molecule formed by covalent and hydrogen bonds. So the dotted lines are for hydrogen bonds, and the hard lines are for covalent bonds. So this diagram can be asked for exam. Third point, each OH bond is polar, hence water is polar molecules. Electronegativity difference between oxygen and hydrogen is more, therefore it is polar molecule. But it also comes under hydrogen bonded molecular solids, because oxygen is very much electronegative element. Water molecules are linked to each other involving dipole-dipole interactions and hydrogen bonding. In ice, water molecules are linked, forming a tetrahedral arrangement. So in ice, arrangement of water is tetrahedral. In this arrangement, two covalently bonded hydrogen atoms and two hydrogen atom bonded to hydrogen bonds are at four corners of the tetrahedron. So it is already given in the structure. This one is tetrahedral arrangement of water molecule. And now let's see one question. Solid ice is lighter than water. Explain. So first, ice has hexagonal three-dimensional crystal structure formed due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding, which leave almost half the space vacant. Then next point, on melting of ice, some hydrogen bonds are broken and vacant spaces are occupied by water molecules. Molecules become more closely packed. In the solid ice, vacant space is more than in liquid water. Therefore, the density of ice is less than water. Hence, ice is lighter than water and floats on the surface of water. So that's all for molecular solids. In next video, we'll see ionic solids. Thank you for watching the video.